Hey y'all, it's me T. I never say y'all, but I feel like I had to say it right there and then. Um, Welcome to today's read. We are actually currently in my future corner, and that's what I would like to do in the future is literally, I'm putting my dream out there, is literally have so much space where I can, and because I love spaciousness, where I can literally just visit each corner of the room and do my readings in rotation formation so that I can motherfucking rebalance my room and basically the world as I do it, right? Because as I rebalance my world, I rebalance the world as a whole. So that's basically, it's the yin and yang effect. Duh. Um, so yeah, so welcome to today's read. Today is I didn't put a description thing down below, and that's exactly how you know that I'm doing this for pure gratis when I don't give a damn shit. I don't know why this keeps on playing out. I'm sorry, because I think since it's a touch screen, it keeps on like zooming in, zooming out. So let's see if this is gonna work. Let's see. Let me just tilt this a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So, yeah, so welcome to my future corner of my room. And actually it's like more of a side, right? It's on a corner. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to leave these for last, but I was told that's going to guide us into what like we should do, okay? Or our future selves are about to do when it comes to our future, okay? So we're going to leave that as like, that's going to be as like our high note, right? That we're going to leave off on. And then I am getting to shuffle these. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up here. Yeah, okay, so we're asking for 3 cards in terms of how to rebalance our future. Okay. Hold on, guys. I just have to concentrate. And breathe. Alright, so this is going to be like more of the masculine. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. They want me to do 2 cards. So do I take this one back? Okay. Do I talk about this one at all? No. Alright, so bottom of the deck discussion over here. Are we doing it? No. Alright, so alright, 18, we need Divine Feminine. I guess we're asking for 2 cards for the Divine Feminine. Is that true? Yep. Ooh, nice. Abundance just popped out, guys, so we do the Divine Feminine side is very happy today. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here right now for the highest and best 2 cards? Nice! Yes! I love it. Okay. Bottom of the deck, do I talk about it? No. Alright. So, let me just see what's up over here. And I want to see what you guys are seeing, so let me just click on live and see what is up, just so I can follow. Oh, you guys are seeing half-assed of everything. Alright, so we're going to try to do this. We're going to try, okay. And since you saw my future corner, you're now looking at my, let's see. Yeah, alright, we're going to do it like that. And we're going to move this over so that you can see. Perfect. Alright, yes, I'm liking this. Am I talking about this card right now that fell out? No, okay. Alright, so beautiful. These are the divine foundational groundworks that we're going to be talking about today. So this is the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and they're going to basically talk about how we're going to follow through in kind of like an arrow formation towards the future, okay? So I'm feeling, it's very interesting. I'm feeling that before we get started, the divine masculine energies are actually, how do I want to say it? There's a couple of things I want to say about it. They are feeling very much so kind of like they're about to rest. Okay, they're about to put some, they've been working really hard. So now I feel like today is kind of like they're in the yin section, like they're very kind of, they're coming to a standstill, like a quietness, like they've done all that they possibly could for themselves and for their future. And now it's kind of like the divine masculine is being geared towards love. Okay, so that's where their focus is going to go on the future. And so what needs to happen is the I mean, listen, the divine masculine kind of goes after what it wants, right? But it's being actually kind of, if you can picture it, it's like the divine feminine is, and divine love is actually balancing the divine masculine. So they're still leaders of their life. You know, they're still the go-getters, but they're being more grounded, and this is where that kind of like, change happens, or the really clear direction happens in terms of, I was going to grab something, but in terms of, in terms of where they're heading, it's kind of like they're really getting well situated in terms of being really well balanced, okay? So they're kind of like feeling out what's going on here, which is beautiful, all right? So do we start out with this right now? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, but they're going to show me. So I thought I was going to start out with divine masculine, but divine feminine was really calling out. So, and I feel like because the energies of the divine feminine are really happy today, they're just really like seeing like a really amazingly bright future. Okay. So when it comes down to it, it says within the next few months. And what I'm getting is like wobbly because of the fact that I don't know if like the divine feminine sees where they're going, but they're just not quite there yet. And so I just feel as though they're going to know that better will arrive to them within the next few months. And by better, I mean getting kind of situated in a better aspect of life. Okay. Like, so the better aspect of life can come in right now, but they're also seeing that they're going to be very comfortable in terms of just kind of like, appreciating themselves and also where they are, like kind of like, like if you're moving right now, you're doing a lot of yang stuff, but you're kind of working towards what you want to feel in the future, right? So again, the divine feminine is the feeling side of things, where within the next few months, the dream of feeling like yourself and feeling well situated and well taken care of is actually what the divine masculine has been working towards so far, up until now, thus far, I wanted to say. And you will be seeing success within the next few months, that's for sure. And I definitely feel like with another counterpart, so it's like you're going to feel very wholesome, total, complete, and tranquil is also what I'm getting within the next few months, because this is what you've been kind of putting a lot of hard work towards before you even meet this person. All right. For some reason I'm seeing months as monkeys, so it might be like and it's funny that we're on my bed right now, right? So it's kind of like, like a monkey's jumping out of bed. Like it might be a little fucking chaotic, but it's not going to be a bad chaotic because of the fact that, it takes a little bit of a typhoon to kind of to kind of happen for you to kind of, kind of change things up a little bit in your life, but then it's going to ground and become tranquil, right? So maybe that's where the tranquil came in. It's like you have to have kind of the confusing typhoon type of months, and that's just to kind of get accustomed to each other, accumulate, I guess is what I want to use, but not really. But accumulate in terms of like kind of blending your things together is what I'm sensing. So it's not a bad accumulation. It's kind of like, and it's funny. I see like accumulation as kind of a bad thing because it's like I'm definitely like a happy enoughyst, right? Where it's like I don't need too much, and too much to me is like it's like unclean. It's too cluttered. and I can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? So enough is exactly what you're going for, which is what you're going to get, but it's going to seem as though, you know, it just might be a little too, it might be just a seemingly chaotic type of energy going towards the future, but because, you know, when you blend two worlds, it's like you have to see what you guys have, you know, in terms of things I'm talking about. You have to see what you guys have, you know, basically kind of accept, you know, each other's styles and blend the two styles, which I love doing personally, by the way. Like, I love seeing two people's styles and just like blending them together, which is actually hilarious because as I'm saying that, I'm speaking it into existence because of the fact that I know that a lot of females like to have, you know, their own type of like interior design happen in their house, and a lot of guys like kind of like let it, you know, happen, which is fine. But at the same time, a home is more harmonious when you really do accept both people's styles within the home, and not just kind of exclude one to then have it more be dainty and feminine or whatever, right? Because in essence, the inside of a house is actually, it is more dainty as it is. It's more feminine as it is. So it's kind of like within the next few months, you will have that kind of harmonious blend of, you know, two people's styles coming together, which is amazing. Because do you see that right there? Yeah, that right there. That's like my helpful people in travel corner, where I like to have harmonious, you know, blends of win-win situations. So it's kind of like there's a reason why this is the closest card to that, right? Because of the fact that you're going to have it in your future, but also within the next few months, you're going to see harmony coming together in terms of blending of both styles of two people moving in together. This could also be and what I'm seeing is a blessed blend, right? So that's what I like to do the best, because I really feel as though, you know, two people matter all the time. So do their hearts. And, you know, sometimes there's beauty. Like a lot of women don't feel they don't feel like they have the patience to kind of like take into consideration what their man really likes. And this, when I'm talking about masculine and feminine, I'm talking about, it doesn't have to be a straight couple. It could be a gay couple as well, where it's like the divine, you know, and that's how it's always going to pertain, guys. That's how all of my readings are going to be. It's like that can go for anybody, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine. So whoever's more of it, it's like the divine feminine usually likes to kind of take care of the house and like interior decorate the house. But there's a way that you could really beautifully blend both aspects of the house, which will actually heighten the house more, the interior more, because it's not excluding one person's kind of style. It's actually bringing them closer together. So, you know, when it's talking about like what I want to say, and I don't want to put it like in a bad way, but like you know how there's like a man cave and a she shed, and it's like, yes, both people really do need their own space, and in terms of their own, you know, decorative space, which is beautiful. But in a household where two people are living, really, for both to be very comfortable, it's really important to unite the two styles, and in the highest and best way, where it looks functional, right? It looks beautiful and it looks functional, and it's very practical, and it's very welcoming to, warmly welcoming to both people, where they can feel warm and at home, right? So this is where the flow kind of is foundational, and it's really important. But, you know, a lot of people don't realize that because they've ignored it for so many fucking years, right? But here's where my modern type of feng shui comes in, right? Or it's not even modern, it's more transitional, because I like to bring in both, you know. I like to bring in both the masculine, feminine elements. I like to bring the past and the future elements together to meet them in the middle. So that's kind of my style, is the transitional style. All right, I'm gonna have to drink as I do this. Are we doing this card next? All right, so they do want me to do it. I gotta test the water sometimes, right? Because I'm like a rebel. So I'm like, this is how I would do it, but you know, it's really up to the 18. Okay. So because they have a higher understanding of how everything needs to go, right? So it's all good. So long story short, the next one is in the near future. Oh shit. So look at that yin and yang effect when it comes to the divine feminine. It's like in the near future within the next few months. So right now I feel, oh shit, that's crazy. All right. So they're making me look at within in the near future. Very interesting is there's love coming your way because there's two angels, right? And so what you're doing, very interestingly enough, oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so this had a lot to do with the home, as I was talking about. I didn't even realize that I was talking a lot about the home. It's like within the next few months, you'll feel very at home within your home, right? And it's going to be golden. Look at that yellow brightness. It's super beautiful. You're going to feel like your home is the sun. That's what I'm getting. It's going to be like bright and like beautiful and like well blended and blessed. And it's something you've never even experienced before, because that is a motherfucking heightened card, guys. That is not even, that's very much so, blessed and beautiful and and it's kind of like, do you see the heavens? It's like as above, so below. It's going to feel heavenly. It's going to be, I'm telling you, like, just because this person's energy is coming in to live with you in the near future, this is exactly where you're headed in terms of, you know, feminine feng shui, or the feminine aspect of feng shui, where it's like, you know, both of your divine feminine energies are going to actually be very much so well blended, but also you'll have the same, what I'm getting is you'll have a similar style anyway, so it's going to be very beautiful. Now, for some reason, I'm getting like multiple houses here. So I feel as though one of the like either you're going to be moving into a home with one person in the near future, like kind of like you'll be meeting somebody, you'll be moving in with them in the very near future. But in the months ahead, it's like you're going to be like that. How do I want to put it? Like, that essence, this also kind of depicts like your home now, but then this is also going to be like your multiple other homes within the next few months that you're going to be kind of blending together as well. Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing here is more so like it doesn't have to be, it's not really like a flipping of a house, but it's kind of more so you're going to grow together in terms of expanding your styles that you beautifully blended here in your own household, that you're going to kind of expand, and you're going to kind of start redecorating the other houses that you have, if that makes any sense. Okay. And what I'm getting is by the water. So it's really beautiful in terms of the flow that's going to be happening here. Whether or not you're getting a house by the water or something like that within the next few months, there's something about water there. And I don't know why I'm getting like knight in shining armor with this knight over here. I know it's not the same type of way that you write knight, but it's like, that's what I'm getting, is knight in shining armor. So it's like there is somebody coming in that you're going to really blend beautifully with, and they're going to actually light the way. Yeah. So, and it makes sense, right? Knight in shining armor lighting the way, and it's right next to the masculine card. So, yeah, it's really amazing. Is there anything else I have to say here right now? No. All right. So, are we on to this card right now? We're on to this card right now? Okay. I already get the effect that it's literally this, right? So it's very interesting that that's happening. It's like the togetherness is now coming together, and look at where we're at. If you really look at it, guys, those of you that are single are really not going to be single for that long, because these are like kind of like stages, but also levels, right? Where it's like, yo, we're pointing towards blessed right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like there's like maybe like in terms of steps, like you're 1 or 2 steps away from being extra super blessed, you know? So it's amazing and I want to say this could be like within the next 2 or 3 days, like some big changes happening. Now, it's amazing that this card shows up because normally we would see this as a very heavy card, right? I just see it as a heavy card. I don't know about anybody else. When it talks about the ego, Archangel Jophiel, and it's kind of like, it says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Now, all of this stuff that's driven by ego or driven by your misery ego is really miserable. Whatever's keeping you fucking miserable is like that energy of, so the energy of misery creates that ego because it keeps you kind of fighting like yourself in terms of what you really want versus what you're doing for yourself now, which could be the complete opposite, which is basically being out of alignment, right? So long story short, what I love about this, and if you understand how I spoke about these two cards before, it's like there's divine imaginary love on this side because actually my love corner is diagonal from here, and this is kind of like pointing that direction is what I feel. So it's kind of like love is actually overpowering the ego that usually was there. So what I'm saying is, when I said before, as the divine masculine energies are now kind of like calming the fuck down a little bit, it's because of the fact that they're being, divine love is balancing them out along with the divine feminine, who are actually, I'm not going to say overpowering, but have become more powerful to where they're basically 75, like I want to say here, this is like the line that I kind of like came up with. I don't know if you can see. It's like they're 75%, like the divine love and divine feminine energies are basically 75% like filling up the cup of like if this card was a cup, right, it would be like here, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the ego is being pushed the fuck out. It's like it's not gonna be there anymore. So the whole thing is, it's like it's really that's a beautiful thing. It's like the ego is being calmed the fuck down so that they can really feel blessed in the future. And and the ego also, I mean, we see it as a bad thing sometimes, but ego is sometimes the driver of, we need to make more, we need to do more, we need to be more prepared, we need to, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like doing more and more and more, hustling more and more and more, when really enough is sometimes better. You know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of, I feel like the divine masculine is whoever's about to enter their life is really going to literally like help them to see that, like, listen, you kind of even overdid yourself, buddy, like with, energy and with materialistic stuff, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring the most amount that they can possibly bring to the table to their counterpart to be like, see, this is what I kind of prepared for you because I knew I was going to love you. But then maybe like the counterpart is like, yo, I'm so appreciative of it. But the whole thing is, it's like, but you've done like way, like you've gone like kind of like the ego makes you go above and beyond times like 2 or 3, right? Where it's like, okay, it's a little too fucking much. Like you don't have to even go that like so far because you were loved at fucking the much more simple level of it all. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's a beautiful thing that they just went above and beyond, or that they were kind of forcing their drive to go do that. But, in terms of preparing and planning for the divine feminine, also, they've been doing a lot of growth in terms of taking their mask off is what I'm also sensing. Like, they're being, like, by them, feeling that they needed to kind of put so much more into so much more of themselves into the investment of their future, and the counterpart of love that's coming in, it's like they've done a lot of growing through it without even knowing it. It's kind of like the subconscious growing where they're like, okay, their imagination has taken over, where they're realizing that all along the way they're like, okay, I want this for myself, like where it's like, I want to have my mask taken off. I want to be able to speak, to speak from my heart. And again, we're talking about divine love. Divine love is speaking from your heart. So that is basically how the divine love is helping to support, take off that mask where it's like, okay, you can be a little bit more vulnerable. Like, you don't have to be so much ego. So again, the ego is on its way out to better both the divine feminine energies coming in and the divine love. And it's kind of like if you can think about it in a way of like divine mother and divine counterpart, right? The feminine. Like if you were a guy, okay, and and guys are surrounded by the mother of which gave them birth, the love of the mother which they gave them birth, but then also the lover of their divine true love, right? So it's kind of like they're really being fully supported by both of these energies. So it's kind of like it's helping them grow to be like, okay, so in order for me to get along with these two energies better, I can actually take off my mask because I feel comfortable that they are actually here to help support me rather than, driving me towards something, driving me to no end of work, right? So you're kind of like, these women are kind of giving a very well supported lifestyle towards this divine masculine who's always going to be a leader in their life, right? But they're also very strong in essence of themselves, right? So it's kind of like they all want to kind of get along, and that's what I'm sensing is, oh my gosh, such a beautiful thing. And that is a dream come true actually for, the divine loving mother and the divine love of a, female counterpart to literally, or feminine counterpart, doesn't fucking matter, to literally get along together and help support the person that they both love. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like beautiful. It's like they're really kind of like, these women have leveled up and are allowing themselves to actually be 25% less ego so that they can really kind of have this male go ahead towards the future towards bettering his future with his 25% ego, right? They're like, yo, we're gonna let him have his ego, like, just fucking go. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. It's like not a big deal, right? So as long as they love each other on a 75% scale, that's all that fucking matters. I think that's basically what I'm trying to say here is like, there's so much more love filling up everybody's cup rather than, rather than siding with ego. And that's what I'm trying to say here. So that's really beautiful in terms of how that's turning out. And that is a huge dream come true. Like when people, and again, that's all emotional, guys. So isn't that so funny how we're all connected as humans? Because in an ideal world, that is what you want. That is what you want for yourself and for everybody else. And actually some people who have believed in that and have not let go of that belief will be getting that very soon. Okay. So in the near future, again, in the near future, the ego and the mask will be dropped, and, and that's going to be beautiful because it unites you as you drop your ego and your mask. It unites you more with the divine feminine counterpart that is meant for you. Okay. So it draws you closer. Are we moving on? Okay. 8 of air. Okay, nice. I'm loving this. I don't give a fuck. It's so funny. It's like, I really don't give a fuck that these are actually kind of like negativo cards, because they're not. They're super, and what I'm saying, they're not actually negative. They're actually, what I'm getting here is they're more masculine cards, which is hilarious because it's like, sometimes, like how the divine masculine likes to say like, oh, be a realist. Like they are really real cards, but also it goes to show you how well they're actually perceiving the divine masculine energies right now. So it says, and right here, by the way, guys, I was just thinking about the moon, and I was like, oh, let's see if the moon card comes up. Like, okay, it's so funny because this is a round card, right? Like there's a roundness there, and also, but this kind of depicts an egg, so it's a new beginning, guys, where it's like the mask is being taken off, the ego is kind of being let go of, and let go, right? I always say that, let go your ego, right? So let go your ego, where it's that's that thing. So it's happening with all of us, right? within all of us. So, so here we have Eight of Air, which is basically the infinity of thought. Okay. Also, I like to see air as wind. So there's a lot like of change happening, like positive change. But let's see how it plays out. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Now, again, like this also kind of corresponds to what I was saying before. It's like all of these fears and illusions. Okay, this basically like I want to say the negative aspect of what is invisible. Okay, they're all being, instead of trapped, I'm seeing dropped. They're being dropped. So so the illusion of, you know, the negative, believing in anything like invisible on the negative aspect of life is being dropped. A lack of self-confidence is being dropped to then regain, you know, a belief in self-confidence. And, you know, and what's being dropped also is afraid to take action, which is being so, what's the opposite of afraid? I guess the opposite of afraid is confidence in a sense, but whatever. The opposite of afraid of taking action is like, I guess, a go-getter type of vibe is basically replacing the afraid to take action. Confidence. Yeah, I would say confidence to take action, or just being enough to take action, because afraid, it's interesting. As I'm thinking about it, like it could be aspects of where you're unafraid to take action, where you're courageous. Maybe courageous is basically it. The courage is coming in to take action, which actually makes a lot of sense, because around the full, I think it's a new moon eclipse. Fuck, I'm not sure. I know that there's an eclipse happening very soon. I think around the 21st. Which we're now in its energies, actually. So it's a Leo moon, whatever moon it is. I don't know if it's a full or new moon. Probably a full moon or new moon. I don't know. Probably maybe a new moon. I don't know. I can't really feel it out. I want to say new moon. New moon in Leo is happening, where you're gonna be amazingly courageous to take the action. So basically, you know, Leos give no fucks, pretty much. All right, so that's where. That's interesting. What I was getting very much so here is this morning. Even I was getting, you know, are you fit to not give a fuck, right? Where it's like F it, like fuck it, right? It makes you fit, right? So it's basically like this moon coming through is basically saying like you're gonna fuck a lot of shit up in terms of, you know, in terms of your own mind, which is the air. So a lot of these beliefs and the ego, which is beautiful, right? Beliefs and ego. Because ego sometimes creates these negative beliefs in us, or, you know, other people's egos that they've kind of placed onto us, like, and we took it in as like an inner child of, hey, we have to believe what, authority says, in terms of how they say it, in terms of who they are, in terms of how much money they make. Like, you know, that's the type of shit that we take on. We listen to other people's egos to take on the beliefs within ourselves without even questioning it, without even thinking about it, right? So a lot of the stuff that we automatically just took in is getting blown to smithereens, is what I'm really getting, right? So a lot of it is going to be just like blasted. Oh, that's interesting. That's what I got this morning as a sign. Blasted. It's going to be like blasted out of our systems so that we can get going with, you know, our highest and best love life that's coming in the near future. And then we'll be able to kind of settle into those energies in the next few months, where it's going to be like those, you know, the golden settling in, where you're really going to end up enjoying your castle and your crown and your, you know, heart space. Really, it's going to be really, you're going to enjoy it in the next few months for sure. Sorry for my nails, guys. I was like getting really nervous, and I was like chipping away at the nail polish, but I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do this because we're imperfect anyways. And you got to just own it. So yeah, so because I personally, and the only reason why I'm apologizing is because of the fact that I like my fucking nails did all the time. It's either the nail polish is on or the nail polish is off. There's no fucking midway. Unless midway ends up being really cool, maybe I could fucking actually try to like see how that looks. Yeah, actually, there was a fad, I think a French fad at one point, where people were putting it on, we were putting on the nail polish like right at the half moon. So I don't know if that's gonna ever come back, but I'd try to like I'd actually try it out just to see what it looks like. And then if you don't like it, you obviously just fucking redo them. But that would be so interesting to see. My mom told me about that. I don't know if that was like a European thing. I don't know. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Okay, so yeah, so 8 of air, you're gonna be fit. You're gonna be very fit and fucking up a whole lot of like. You're gonna be fit in fucking and saying fuck it to a lot of things. That's what I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I want to say. So, and by doing that, I feel as though you're really going to also be, what's it called? Compromising, right? So it's kind of like you're making room for the compromisation that's going on with this new, with this new love coming in. It's like you're making yourself not only fit to say fuck it, but also fit for love to come in, because you're creating more of this space in your mind where, okay, now you're going to see how both of these kind of blend, like blending the two, or flowing the two, one flows into another, so that you can easily receive what's coming at you, right? You're not dealing with this ambush of fucking like lazy, like not lazy, because if you would be lazy if you didn't blow it away, but also, sometimes the moon can come in like a traditional tarot, or like a traditional tarot card, if that makes any sense. It does. If I go slower. Where it blows stuff up, and it's for a good thing, because it's making way for like a new thing to come in. And look how beautiful that is, guys. That's like a really beautiful thing that you're going to be blasting your shit away for. And like, what's so funny is I see this kind of light behind it. Yeah, it's going to be like the moonlight, but I see like the moonlight it's kind of like this goes on, this tower type of energy goes on within your head, within your divine masculine, where you're just like, yo, fuck everything. And you're going to be very like yang about it, right? But also this could be very internal. Like this could be an internal kind of like blowing shit up into smithereens, like kind of like internal combustion going on in terms of your mind. To then the moon coming through, and then after the moon, kind of does its thing at night, it comes your divine counterpart. So that could be the boom 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 scenario that goes on, okay? And actually I do feel like it's going to go that way. It's going to go very quick, like boom boom boom, very fast. So it's like, and we're talking about fast because horses are there. Angels are there. Angels are motherfucking quick, bitches. So it's gonna definitely be super, super good. Do I want to place it over there? Okay, I'm gonna place this over here, guys, because I just want to see what the fuck is up. What the fuck is up? What the fuck are you guys gonna... Okay. My ashy elbow. Yo, talk about, but literally... Actually, they're not that bad. They're okay. I mean... That's me judging myself. Alright, so we're turning all these over. Holy fuck, guys. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Okay. So, here's what's going on here. Okay. So, remember when I was talking about the divine love or the mother? Isn't that funny how Mother Mary pops up as the card closest to the card that I was talking about when it came to this area? Okay. So, Mother Mary comes in. She is the miracle worker, and she's the divine mother, right? So, there could be a lot of mother energies where you're actually trying to what I'm getting is where you're actually trying to listen to, okay, your mother in terms of what they know best. And I have a feeling that I was just meant to look at this. So it's like, so, or I was just being told to look at this. So I feel like your mother kind of knows who this person is for you. I don't know, like she's kind of like landed, like she like knows, she knows like who this person is, and yet she's like, she'll be telling you very soon after this blast off happens, okay? Or you'll be listening to your mother easier so that you can kind of like, here's what I'm really getting actually. So this, it's always like the first thought that comes in and goes out, right? Like kind of really quick. So here's my first thought, that both you as a divine masculine and your counterpart as a divine feminine, you guys, I don't know if I expressed that well, but just take it for what it is. You guys are going to be helping your mother energy out. Okay, so your guardian, whoever's a guardian, is going to be helped out. Let's see. Yeah, but I feel like there's going to be a miracle like this, since the Mother Mary is right here, right? Like above these two. This is a miracle being sent to you. So towards your masculine side to literally rebalance you back into more of the divine loving love space, you know, which is that mother type of energy. So that's beautiful. As you're going through these transitions, see how you are safe is above. Actually, you guys aren't seeing this, but here's the Mother Mary. Sorry, I didn't show it. The next card is you are safe, which is your future is safe and blessed. But you are safe. The position is right, connecting, kind of like connecting these two. It's right on top of these two, which is like the transition of you feeling this into your masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine are actually going to be maybe super intense, but also are going to be united, right? So that's why you are being super safe. Like, that's why it is super safe for you to just feel all these feelings that you're going to go through, because it's not a bad thing. It's just something that needs to happen. And you're going to conquer it, right? That's like a super big, like, I want to say in one of the decks, it's like the Omega, the victory card, right? So it's like, it's one of the decks. I forgot. It's a Doreen Virtue deck. It's like, that's what it made me just realize. So it's kind of like, you know, you are safe in terms of what's going on. So just go with the flow of things and you'll be fine, you know? And definitely it's like all of these being united, you know what I'm saying? And also flowing into one another as a foundation to then receive, you know, the Mother Mary, miracle that's coming in. You are safe because that miracle is a blast, right? It's absolutely a blast that's coming in, which is going to make you feel really safe. How about that? That's what I'm trying to get. Like you are safe, but you are going to feel a lot safer in terms of all this uniting. And it's very interesting because, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because these two angels are here, they're friends, and they've united. So I just feel like they because they feel safe of the unison of kind of the blend of both of their energies, they literally want to stay with one another because they feel safe around one another, right? So it's kind of like, and not only that, but what I'm getting here and what I was getting today is that you're going to feel on top of the world. So you're going to exactly want to stay friends with this person and also expand with this person in terms of, you know, becoming romantically involved in the near future, and also, you know, planting amazing seeds within the next few months in terms of how you're going to live together and how you're going to, you know, how you're going to, like, you know, interior decorate and where you're going to live and how is it going to be and all that stuff. So I just see like this stay is more so like you guys like hanging out and envisioning like how you want your future to be, right? So it's beautiful that we're in the future right now, because and I feel as though this is like very childlike energy. So again, in Feng Shui, it's this aspect of life is the future, creativity, and children. So you guys are really going to like unite your inner children after the ego and after all of this has kind of blasted away from you, which is beautiful because it's like you start over at purity, right? You start over at your root chakra, which is your safety, right? You feel safe, okay? So this blast that happens to our divine masculine side of ourselves is literally going to bring us closer to our divine feminine side, and what's it called? And it's going to make us feel safer, so that when this person does come in, we want to stay because we feel that they are offering what we were after, which is to feel safe, and they're going to prolong our feelings of feeling safe, right? So, and that's actually how you're going to know. That's how you're going to know if that person's for you for the long haul, is if you feel safe with them and if you want to stay and stick around and hang out with them, right? Like if they have this energy that's really beautiful, that just like, you're like, yo, I want to hang out with this person all the fucking time if I could, right? Like you can see yourself like majority of the time not getting sick of them because they feel like they're so filled with fresh vibes for your world that you're just like, hell yeah, I want to fucking, be romantically, involved with this person, So, and you want to make, so it's like, here you guys are, after you're feeling grounded and safe and secure within your own self, like fully, totally, and wholesomely, completely showing up for your own, feeling safe and secure within yourself, you literally meet this other person, they come in, and you guys are on top of the world just in your pure simplicity, your childlike essence, which is your innocence. You know what I'm saying? Your innocence is really your what did I want? I put it together where it's like your innocence is your independence. Like it's like how you work best. When it comes to your innocence and when it comes to your, like, what you really want out of life, I don't know if I put together innocence and independence together today, but something came to me. I think that those two might be the words. Like, your innocence is your independence, and that's what you need to really kind of, that's what you really need to keep safe, and that's what you really need to protect, right? And it's your heart, really. It's your innocent heart that you're trying to create as an independent thing, but also keep as an innocent thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of what you guys are both going to be doing together, because you like that feeling of nurturing those two aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it fun, keeping it childlike, keeping it free, I always love to associate the future with a freedom, because it's like, you literally, I have this picture, you guys can't see it, but I have this picture of a dock in my future space, and it's like, literally what I'm picturing now is like, two kids just like fucking making a run for it off of this dock and just like landing in the water. You know what I'm saying? And it's like just being that free where you're just like, jumping off of a dock into a lake and being like, fuck it, or like, bombs away, like that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so you want to be, so yeah, I definitely associate, like, in the near future, you will feel free in this form of love that's coming for you. And that has also been created for you, is what I hear. And then in the next few months, you'll kind of cultivate this goldenness, like make it more magical, make it more golden, make it more, divinely comfortable for you, Glorious is what I'm also hearing. Glorious. Yeah, and it's like, you see it's like seeing the Taj Mahal here, right? It's so cool. So it's like you're gonna get your the beauty of this divine love in the very near future. And again, I'm getting like 2 or 3 days. Like, I think by the third day you're gonna feel blessed. So what's today's the 18th. 19th, 20th. So by the 20th or 21st, guys, again, when this moon is hitting us, you're going to feel very blessed, especially after the full moon, like kind of, steps into its power, so to speak, right? Where it actually actualizes, like, so we're in its energies now, but we're really going to feel blessed after it does its thing. So, yeah, so I want to say by the 20th, we'll be feeling this way, and by the 21st, you will really feel really, highly blessed for all of what has transpired for us. You know what I'm saying? So, is that it, A-Team? Yes, it is. Do I look at any of the bottom of the decks? No. All right, so that's it, guys. That's your reading for today. Have a beautifully blessed future, in terms of using your creativity and wow, isn't that interesting? Creativity in children. I was using children as innocence and creativity as your independence. Isn't that so beautiful? Wow, I love that. That hit home with my heart because my heart is feeling that. So yes, I'm now blessing your innocence, your childlike self, your creativity, which is your independent like self, and for your future to really kind of hold you in the palm of its hand, for you to feel absolutely, and for the long haul, I was gonna say longevity, but I don't know what the other word was. Longevity, safe. Like, you'll feel very safe in the longevity or the long haul of it. So yeah, that's beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Expect a miracle either today, because this really could be for today, or it could be, in the next 3 days, right? But hopefully this is for today, and this is for like kind of like the morning, the midway, right? And then the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the morning, the midday happiness where you're feeling safe and you're feeling like abundant, you're feeling totally wholesome and complete within yourself, and then the divine feminine kind of ends up. Hey, we were talking about knight in shining armor lately, so this could be at the nighttime. Really, I mean that's very true. Where the divine feminine, or you meet your divine feminine counterpart towards the end of the night, or you reach out to her, or something along those lines. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you so much, and we'll talk soon.